Oh my mo, and that's pretty much it. And I know like the formal ways to talk to someone, like san, chan, senpai, stuff like that, after their name. But that's really all. Spanish. Well, I learned a lot of Spanish so far. I could probably hold a conversation, but at the same point, people who speak Spanish speak really fast, and I don't know if I'd be able to catch everything. And even if I could catch everything, it's harder to know how to speak back, like how to respond. Like, because in Spanish right now, our whole thing is listen to understand. So I think I'm pretty good at hearing Spanish and interpreting it and knowing what it means and reading Spanish and stuff, but then actually trying to speak Spanish to another person, I would have difficulties with. Because, pronunciation and just remembering what certain words are and how and the grammar is just so different than English, stuff like that. Also, one thing that I don't like about Spanish is the whole gender thing where like verbs and maybe not pretty much everything just is assigned a gender. Like there are certain words that don't apply, but it's mostly gender based, like how you say things. Like there are multiple ways to say a certain sentence in Spanish based on what gender you're speaking to or about or you are. And I just don't really like that because as a very open and accepting person, like, what about non-binary people? Like, that's one thing that I've been trying to figure out while learning Spanish is how would I address a non-binary person or a gender fluid person? Well, gender fluid person, you just switch between the two. But non-binary people, like, how would you do that? So I think it's more just when there's like groups of people, like how you say they, for example. That's the pronoun you use in English for non-binary people is they them. So you just in Spanish, I'm assuming you just would like refer to them in the like plural sense like you do in English. So I'm trying to get used to that because they don't teach you that in Spanish class. But it's just something I wanted to know. So I'm trying to kind of figure it out myself. Because, when I see a person and I've never met them, I don't know who they are. And this is kind of rare, but for me, when I see a person and I don't know who they are at all, I don't assume their gender. I always refer to them as they them. Like before I know that I can refer to them as he, she, or they, them, or if I just keep calling them they, them, because transsexual people exist, gender fluid people exist, and non-binary people exist, and so when I see a person, I think they, them, until I know what their gender is. And I think everyone should do that, but I know it's pretty rare. Because gender is one of those things where most people think there's two genders, you know? Like, sexuality is it's still slowly getting recognized, like, it's still in the works, for LGBTQ plus people to be recognized, but it's gotten a lot better, and so, you know, people are just kind of supportive, and, you know, they ask you what your sexuality is and stuff, but with gender, it's different than that, because a lot of people think there's only two genders, and I mean, technically, so, here's what I think, and here's what I would say to anyone if they asked me what my opinion was, on the matter. There are two physical genders you can have, male and female. There are multiple mental genders you can have. So it doesn't matter if you're built like a male, or if you're built like a female, or if you were born like that. Your mental gender is what matters and is what people will address you by. And so, yes, there's two physical genders. Well, I mean, I guess three if you count people who have both genitalia, but usually that gets surgically removed. But, like, your mental gender is what matters, and there are more than two mental genders. There's cisgender, which is just you're born into the gender you feel you are, and I'm lucky to be cisgender, but there's people who aren't so lucky, like transsexuals, who, sorry, I'm burping a lot, who are really one gender, but they were born as the other gender. So, let's say I was born into a male body. Then I would be transsexual because I'm a female. Kind of thing. There's non-binary people who just don't have a gender. They, their pronouns are they, them. They just, you know, don't feel like either gender. They're just themselves, you know? And there's gender fluid, who are completely comfortable in both genders, and so some days they might feel like a female, some days they might feel like a male, but mostly you just switch between the pronouns. And I think that's all genders. Correct me if I'm wrong. There might be more, but I'm pretty sure that's everything. But, you know, people don't usually think about that when you see a person. They just assume their gender. So that's just something I don't do. And, yeah. I'm almost done with my potatoes, and then I'll start playing the game again. That moment when you take, like, large sips of a carbonated drink. Or should I say carbonarded? That's an inside joke. Oh my gosh. Carbonated drink, and you're just like, great, my tongue hurts now. I don't know what I'm doing. But going now. Why does that keep happening? What is happening? Take another sip of a carbonated drink. Delicious. Don't mind me. So, what are you guys going to do for Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa? Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Or any other celebrations, or if you just don't celebrate anything in December. Maybe it's a birthday that you celebrate. Maybe, you just celebrate snow in general, or maybe you hate winter. Who knows? Let me know in the comments what you guys do. Oh my gosh, why does that keep happening? Oh my god. Oh my god, what the freak? Dude. I don't know what video to make next. Well, I'm working on one, but that's gonna take me a while because it actually has a storyline. I don't usually make videos that have, storylines. I usually make, music videos or oh my gosh, what? My fingers. Okay. Or memes. Or just random videos that I feel like making. But, I've started making more scripted videos. I mean, the singing battles are kind of scripted, but not really. But yeah, the stuck in a room for 6 hours was, I think, the first video I made. That was actually, just story. But I'm currently working on another one. So I don't know. I have, a lot of things I want to make right now. If you watch the video Brain Go Burr, I've added more stuff now. It's, the list is super long. And I'm like, wow, I'm just gonna keep adding to this, and I'm never gonna get all these videos finished. And, what happens is that I just have, so much creativity, and so I think of ideas, and I watch YouTube a lot, so I see things, and I'm like, ooh, I should make something like this. This is fun. And so, ideas build up, but then I don't really have motivation to act on those ideas. Oh my gosh. Sorry if I just randomly say, oh my gosh, I'm angry at the mobile controls. But, heck. What was I gonna say? Oh, yes, I remember. So I start, a project. I start a video. And then, halfway through it, I'm like, you know what? I don't have any motivation to continue this, so I'm gonna start another video. So I start another video. I get, halfway through it, and I'm like, you know what? I don't have motivation to continue this video. And then I have, 5 projects that I'm halfway finished with. And then I'm like, oh, okay. I'm just gonna go back to my first one. And then I finished that one, and then I finished the next one, and I finished the next one. And so what happens is I have, like, I post video, like a real video. Like, sometimes I make little skits in between. And then it's, like, months before I post, like, a real video again. But then I post, like, 5 of them. So that's fun. Anyways, I think I'm gonna end it here because I'm starting to get annoyed with this minigame. I might try one more time. But I need to edit this video now. Because why not? Who wouldn't want to listen to me ranting? Well, not really ranting, but just, having a great conversation with myself while failing over and over again at this stupid minigame that pretty much everyone has finished except me. Great. Okay, I'm gonna go die now. Wee. Bye, guys.